Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's going to be a favorites video, and it's going to be kind of a short one because it's nothing too exciting or fantastic. It's going to be my favorite foundation video. Now this isn't going to include my favorite powder foundations because I included those in my favorite powder video, which I will link below. So these are just going to be my favorite liquid foundations. I got a BB cream in here, I got a cushion foundation, I got a cream foundation. So these are generally the foundations that I reach for all the time. They're the ones that I've repurchased or I will repurchase when I'm out. And generally these are my go-tos and I absolutely adore them. So if you want to know what my favorite foundations are, keep watching. Okay, real quick about my skin. I say this every time I talk about base makeup, but it will give you a good idea of why I chose these things. I have combination skin. I have an oily forehead and an oily nose, and I have pores. I have pore issues. That's why blackhead control, sebum, oil, any pore issue is something that I have to deal with. That's why foundation is very important to me, to make everything look seamless and nice and airbrush and not make my face look like I have swimming pools. It's, you know, pores are a big deal for some people. I'm getting comfy. Yeah. Okay. So all of these foundations work beautifully with my skin type, with my skin needs, and my skin color. Now I also say this just about every foundation or any base makeup. My skin is incredibly pale. I'm usually the palest on any skin tone company, makeup brand thing they come out with. I'm usually always the palest. So if Makeup Forever, I'm the palest. NARS, I'm the palest. Hourglass, I'm the palest. Dior, I'm the palest. Prairie, La Mer, everything, I'm always the palest. Now the thing is my skin has pinky undertones. It's not yellow at all under any circumstances. So a lot of these brands, when they have really light foundations, they have yellow tints to it. So it's really hard for me to find something with a cool pink tone. I'm going to go into this video not from my least favorite to my most favorite, but I am going to end this video with my most favorite just because there's not that many things to talk about. So I'm going to start off with one that I use all the freaking time, and this is the Aqua Petite Jelly BB Cream from Holika. This little guy is amazing. I love this BB cream. It gives me a really beautiful finish. It gives me gorgeous coverage. And I also really like the bottle. It's really cool and it's really pretty to have on my little makeup area section thing. So this is one of the things that kind of sits out because it is so pretty and cute. I'm grabbing my makeup wipes. I keep wanting to swatch things and I can never get anything ready before I start filming. I'm gonna just quickly swatch this for you. Now this comes in 2 shades. This is the shade, I don't remember, I think it's the first one, 01. It's the lightest shade they have. They have one that's a little bit darker. And this is one of them that's a little bit, I still have chimney sweep fingers, I'm sorry. That's a little bit more yellow, so I do have to counteract this with the right powder foundation. But I usually look past the yellow because this gives me such beautiful coverage, because it is so comfortable to wear, and because it is so nice. So if I go over this with a little bit of powder foundation and setting powder and, you know, like use the right bronzer and blush, it looks beautiful and no issues. It's just that the finish of this and the feel of this and the longevity of this is really, really, really nice. So I do absolutely love this. And I always have, I go through one of these guys in probably like 3 to 4 months because I do wear this all the time. I've just got this one, but when I buy this, I do buy them 2 at a time, so I already have a replacement for this one already. So anyway, yeah, that's the Aqua Petite Jelly BB Cream from Holika. Next up is this guy from Matchco, actually. I've just been loving this. It's just really beautiful on. I think this wears more like a tinted moisturizer than an actual foundation, but it's just really beautiful on, feels really nice, and I just absolutely adore it. So, again, like I said before, you're supposed to give this a perfect match, but I did kind of, I calibrated it when it was really dark in here. It was kind of weird, so it did come out a little bit darker. But this does look beautiful on when I put it on. It does kind of, you know, this is like a super heavy coverage. When I put this on with a beauty blender, it does match pretty perfectly, and then I'll kind of mix maybe, you know, like half of a squirt of one of my other foundations that are lighter in to blend it out and make it look more natural, but I do really love this. So next time I run out of this, I'm probably going to recalibrate it in better lighting, but overall I have really been enjoying this. Next up is the Cellular Swiss Ice Crystal Transforming Cream from La Prairie. I've already done a long review on this. This is my most expensive foundation that I own right now. Again, this is more of a tinted moisturizer, but I do wear it as a foundation and I really, really love it. I'm not going to go into too much because I did do a whole video on it, but I will link the video below. I'm going to link all the videos below if I've done reviews on any of these products, so if you want to know, you know, look below. But this is fantastic and I absolutely love it. Again, like I said before, I will not be repurchasing this right away because I got this specifically to wear in the summer, so I will probably buy this again in March or April of next year when I run out. This is my favorite cushion foundation, and this is from Iope. This is their Air Cushion in color N21. I just got a new one, so everything's bright and shiny. I don't even think I've opened it yet. Yeah, I haven't even opened it yet. I'm not going to open it because these things tend to dry out. But this is a beautiful color. This is the one with a really super dewy finish. The reason why I like the super dewy one is because I do have to set all of my foundations with, again, like I said, my foundation routine is setting powder and then powder foundation. And if I don't want to have a super matte finish, having a foundation that's just a touch dewier actually gives me a really nice finish when all that's said and done. So I really like. Next up is my favorite cream foundation. Now this beat out my Studio Tech from MAC. And this is from Dior. This is the Diorskin Nude Creme-Gel in color 010 or 10 in color Ivory. This is, I never keep the things in here. This is one of them that just, it matches really nice. This is one of the higher end ones I was talking about that I couldn't really use too often because I didn't have the right tool, and then when I got that new brush from Hourglass, it works really beautifully. I love this one. This is a very stiff gel, and I actually like to use this with another foundation. You'll see what I mean by this. The color of this looks really nice, so what I like to do is I like to go over a layer of this very thinly, buff it out, and then I'll build up the coverage with something that's a little bit lighter. And because this has just the littlest touch of pink and it does match very well, when those two things come together, it gives me a really beautiful, flawless finish. Now I only wear this on days where I'm going for a really heavy, full glam face of makeup, because doing it that way, it is heavy and it is not very comfortable for day-to-day wear. But for a really glamorous, full face of makeup, this with the other foundation just looks beautiful and flawless and is practically unbeatable. Okay, so you've heard me mention mixing at least 3 or 4 different foundations with other foundations, and I know I've talked about this being my holy grail foundation in the past, but this is my holy grail foundation. If I need to mix anything, blend anything, do anything, this is the one that I go for. And if I had to give up every single foundation but this one, I could totally do it and it would work out just fine. And it is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD in, this is the lightest shade. Oh my gosh, does it tell me what shade it is? It's like the lightest shade. It doesn't say on the bottom. I go through like these like every 2 months, 2 to 3 months. I use these every day, probably every day. I mix everything. I layer it with this. I mix it with this. I've been mixing it with this. In fact, the only thing that I don't mix it with is these two, because I don't need to. But this is just phenomenal. It's amazing. I love Makeup Forever. They have some of the best face makeup out there. They got my favorite powder foundation, my favorite everything. They're so good. So this bottle's like halfway done. Let me show you why I love this so much. Okay, so this is the color. It is like a perfect match for my skin. And so it looks really beautiful and really nice on. It's super comfortable, long lasting, and it doesn't matter what primer I'm wearing, how I set my foundation, no matter what I do, if I wear this, everything will be perfect. Some of the other ones, I have specific primers that I have to use with those foundations, or there's a specific way I have to go about setting my makeup. You know, maybe I don't use my Etude House Zero Sebum setting powder. Maybe I use 2 powder foundations. Like, there's specific ways that you have to go about manipulating these other foundations. I do not have to do anything with this. I can just grab and go. I can grab whatever primer I want, whatever setting powder I want. It doesn't matter. It is perfect. I have tried dupes for this, and none of them have worked nearly as good as this. Now, that being said, like I said before, I have the pore issues on my skin. Like I said, since it's combination, sometimes I'm oily and patchy. Like, my skin is very problematic sometimes, especially around that special time in a girl's month. And so this is just like a no-brainer. It works beautifully over the drier areas, over the oily areas. It is just like perfect. So like I said, I could get rid of every other foundation I have. Not question it, not mix it, not miss it, not worry about it, no questions asked, and I would choose this and use this every day for the rest of my life and be perfectly fine and happy. But if you asked me if I had to get rid of this and keep the others, I would say no. Absolutely not, because I need this for these other ones to work really well. And these other ones work really well, and they are my favorite foundations, and I really, really love them. But a lot of them are really amazing because they're paired with this. So again, this is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Foundation. And if you have never tried this foundation, just go out, swatch it, see if you can get a sample. It really is phenomenal. No reason for me to use anything other than this, because this one is just so perfect. But I do like to use other foundations. Now, that being said, because it's been summer and it's been hot, I have been enjoying using this. So right now, over the course of the entire summer, if you were to ask me what my favorite foundation is, it would be, for the season of summer, because Florida is so hot and humid and gross, it would definitely be the La Prairie Ice Crystal, Cellular Swiss Ice Crystal Transforming Cream. But, you know, that only by a smidge beats out this. And, you know, come September, it's gonna be this, and it's gonna be this until April, just because that's how I work. Anyway, those are my favorite foundations. If you guys have any questions on any of these foundations, or you have any recommendations of foundations, I love to try new foundation, because I'm always, you know, seeing if something works a little bit better. I don't think anything's ever going to work better than this. It's just my opinion. But if you have something that you think performs better than this, let me know below. I'd love to try it. I do generally like medium to heavy coverage. And I do need it to be very pale with cool undertones. That's the only thing that I have to say. If it's something that makes my skin too dewy, I have ways to counteract that. If it's something that makes my skin too dry, I have ways to counteract that. So I'm never really worried about something being too dewy or, you know, too matte, because I do have ways to make it work for my skin, because my skin is combo and it does change. I'm never like too worried about when people say, well, this is not good for oily skin. I'll make it work. I'm pretty good with that. So if you do have recommendations, please let me know below. In any case, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think I only have like one more favorites video. Maybe 2 if I decide to break it up into 2 sections. Who knows? We'll see. But in any case, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. In any case, if you like this video and you like content like this, and you like me and my weird shaped head and my crazy ramblings and my kind of warehousey office setting, which will be changed. My father's currently working on the bathroom, which is so nice and generous of him to make that area set up perfect. I will be away from this horrible setting, but if you can stand it and you want to see more and you like my content and you like how I'm really horrible at selling myself, feel free to subscribe. It's free, I'm free, and I put out new videos every Monday through Fridays, and sometimes, like this video, I also put them out on the weekends as well, so I always have something for you to watch. In any case, I hope you guys are all happy and healthy and have a great day, month, year, whatever, and I'll see you next time.